Hey, what's going on, Warhammer World? So this is Obsidian Anubis, and I'm back with my second brush and fluff video. So this video is a introduction to the army I'm going to be taking to the OFCC. The OFCC is a tournament run here in the Pacific Northwest, which I will be attending. It starts July 29th and goes to the 30th, so it's a 2-day event, 5 battles. So I'm really excited to go there. So I figured I'd go ahead and throw up this introduction before I put up all the videos following, so you guys have an idea of what my army would look like. All right, so my army is actually based on a picture that Tryhammer had on one of his really early videos. I think it was an 8th edition battle report that he had. But he had this art cover for one of his battles, and I just saw it, and I'm like, that's the army. That's how I want to build my army. I just saw it, and it's just one of those things that just like spoke to me, you know. So this is Sharnuks Desert Horde. So this is the art that Tryhammer had on one of his videos, and I saw this, and I'm like, yes, yes, that is a feral orc general coming out of the desert. That is fantastic. Minus him being red, but other than that, it is fantastic. So here is my attempt to make that scene. So obviously the board's not completely finished yet. I certainly put up some banners, some totems, put a little cobwebs around because of the spiders. But overall, this is what the army looks like. So this is kind of a overview. So I'll go ahead and go through the army. So this is Sharnuk Swine Rider himself. He is a feral orc lord. He has the Wog. He has a Warboar. He has a shield, even though the model doesn't have a shield. He has Tex plates. He has the orb that gives him lightning reflexes, and he has the Axe of Battle. So he's a pretty kitted out feral orc. He has a 2-up armor save followed by just a 6-up ward save that comes with the feral orcs. So he's not super survivable, but his toughness is 6th, so I'm hoping that'll play a role in his defense. So we'll see how that goes. But you can see the model itself. I based the model off of the artwork, so I think I did a fairly good job. I did a bit of green work there on his cloak to make it so that it wrapped all the way around, and I was quite pleased how he came out. So next up is Saragoth. This is my second in command, or my lieutenant. He is my BSB for the battle. He is a feral orc hero. He is the BSB even though he doesn't actually have a flag. We can pretend his big axe is his totem. He has the Wog paint so that his unit would never lose frenzy. He has Mithril Mill and the Obsidian Pebble so that if an enemy casts a spell on my feral orcs, the 6-up ward save becomes a 5-up ward save. My third character is this feral orc shaman on Warboar. He actually hasn't been named yet, so if anybody has any ideas of what they would like to possibly name him, if you want to put those in the comment section below, I can look through those and decide. Hopefully maybe I can get some good responses. So at the moment he's unnamed. He doesn't have too much. He just has a spell scroll. He's a level 2 wilderness. He mainly is there to cast Beast Within and just buff up my troops from behind. And my last character is an Iron Orc Chief called Morag Shiny Rock. So he has the wizard's hat or wizard's hood, which in this case looks more like a helmet, but whatever, it counts. So he's a level 2 wizard, which I roll up every battle, and then he has the enchanted shield or the hardened shield and the backstabbing dirk, I think is what it's called, where he gives armor piercing, and then if he's in the flank or the rear, he gets an additional strength bonus. So he's a kind of a fighty caster because he's an iron orc. So he has a full plate plus the shield, so he has like a 2-up armor save, I believe. So he's a good survivability for against non-lethal opponents. I'm going throughout the army. So here are just a group of 5 warboars with feral orcs with 2-hand weapons each. They're mainly just to bunker my general and wizard and kind of run around, and then if I need, they'll extra charge in at the moment. Next is Morag Shiny Rock's boys. So these are 25 iron orcs with full command, and they have Morag's banner, which gives them a 5-up ward save against shooting attacks. So they'll mainly to deliver, they'll kind of like my reserve unit that is kind of the steady group that just keeps on coming. You can see a little free hand painting there on the banner. I thought it turned out pretty well. Overall, I'm really enjoying this unit. When I was first painting him, I thought the red was a little bright, but I think for the desert theme, it kind of pops, which makes it a little bit nice for the rest of my army. It's kind of dull in color. You can see the guy on the far left. I use a little bit of green stuff, and it's some kit bashing to give that particular iron orc. He has the Mammoth Stabber from the Feral Orc unit. So he has a big Mammoth Stabber as well, even though they technically can't carry one. The model has one. So next are my Tunnel Goblins. So these are 46 aka cave goblins, but I call them tunnel goblins because they were in the desert, with 3 Madgets, which you can see 2 of them in front of this picture. You can see I have that large unit filler, which is from the Battle of Skull Pass box set. I think is what the 7th box set for Games Workshop released, so it fit really well in the middle there, and I think it came out very nicely. And then one of my favorite characters is the Feral Giant. So this is a Games Workshop Lord of the Rings model, but I just love the way he looks. I thought he looked very savage. He has, all these skins patchwork together to give him some armor, and then he has this nice rusty sword. So I saw this model, I'm like, yeah, that's my giant. So he is quite a bit smaller. He's only about the size of like an ogre, but I really like him, so I put him on the right size base, and he works. Next is my Double D-Rock, or my Devil of the Desert. I actually did a brush and fluff video. My previous brush and fluff video was all about how I painted and kit this guy out and built them. So if you have any questions, if you want to look more into the Double D-Rock, you can go to that first brush and fluff video. I also have just a group of 5 Spider Raiders, which is 200 weapons. They're pretty basic. These guys are painted quite a while ago, so the paint kit is not as good as I'd like, so I'll probably touch them up after the battle, but for now, they do. And I also have my Git launcher, you can see in the top corner there. So and I'm just finishing painting up the crew to go with it. And then finally, Sharnuks Horde itself, which is 33 Feral Orcs full command with the Relentless icon, and I'm very pleased how they turned out. So it's a combination of a couple old models. You can see that the banner of this unit is one of the old metal models, and there's a couple others in there. But overall, I'm really pleased how this unit came out. There's a couple of them which are older and need to be retouched up and repainted, but I'll get to those after the tournament. But I think for now I'm very pleased how they turned out. So overall, this is what my army looks like, and this is going to be the army I'm taking. Oh, I forgot to introduce, so on the hill there next to below my general is a group of just 20 desert goblins, aka forest goblins, with just throwing weapons. They're mainly just there to kind of skirmish and get in the way, and kind of another chaff unit should I need them. But overall, that is my army list, and this is going to be the army I'm taking with me to the OFCC. And if I see any of you guys there, I'd love to get your comments about the army, what you think about it, and I'd love to play you and meet you. But other than that, game on.